Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to generate a revenue recognition template in Blue Onion. Revenue recognition templates allow you to standardize how revenue is grouped, filtered, and structured into journal entries. This ensures consistency, reduces manual errors, and speeds up month-end close. By the end of this video, you'll know how to design a revenue recognition view, how to save it as a template, how to configure automation, and how to test before going live. First, where to start, we're going to navigate to the journal entries section in Blue Onion. From here, we're going to open up the interactive Explorer view. This is where we'll design the structure of our revenue recognition journal entry before saving it as a template. Think of this step as building your revenue logic visually before automating it. So now let's begin the revenue recognition logic. First, we're going to select the revenue recognition journal entry type. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the appropriate time frame that we want to validate. You can think of this date range as daily, monthly, or weekly. But if you are one of our QuickBooks or core customers, that will determine how we are actually generating journal entries for you. So for QuickBooks customers, we'll be posting journal entries daily into QuickBooks. And for core customers, you can decide how frequently and what interval you want to post your journal entry templates into your accounting system. The next thing we have an option to do is to group by. This is an option for you in the interactive view that we're on right now, as well as the template view. Grouping by is really designed to allow you to customize how you want to see the data. So for example, we have order system, which is where this template or this journal entry will default to. You can see order system in this case is broken out by Amazon and Shopify. If we group by order system account, we will actually list out your Shopify stores. So if you have multiple stores, you can see the Shopify store name. Same thing with Amazon seller. The next group by is by channel. This is going to give you a lot more granular detail by how your revenue recognition is taking place by channel. So if you have draft orders, specific subscriptions, specific channels through Shopify, we would list those out specifically. The next option is location. So if you have a point of sale store, if you have an online store, if you have a warehouse, we will break out those locations. And finally, we have the option to group by SKU. This will be showing you all of the SKUs that were fulfilled within this time frame. One item I do want to remind you of in regards to this journal entry is this is your revenue recognition. So this is based on all of the orders that have been fulfilled based on the time frame that has been selected. So for in this example, you will see that I've selected the month of January. This journal entry is removing everything out of deferred revenue, so out of that liability account, and moving everything to your P&L and booking revenue, shipping, and discounts. This journal entry is also going to have 2 line items at the very bottom for your complimentary orders. Complimentary orders are defined as 100% discounted based on the status in Shopify. A lot of times companies sell or send out products for free, and those are orders that are generated in Shopify with 100% discount. We give customers the option to take this out of your revenue and your discounts so it is not overstated. So this amount of $3,145 is actually already recorded here in the gross revenue line and discounts. You then have the option to back this out. And then in your own adjusting journal entry, you can book this amount at unit cost to a marketing expense, influencer expense, donation contribution, however you have your company structured. We also have the option to filter in many different ways in this journal entry. So if we wanted to just look at Shopify, and we just wanted to look at a specific channel. So in this case, we just wanted to identify Facebook and Instagram, or maybe we wanted to just look at subscriptions. So now you can see that this journal entry is loading, and it's going to be based on the filters that we have set. Once you've determined what filters you want to see on a monthly basis, that is how you are going to generate your journal entry. So I'm going to cancel this out. You'll see now that the journal entry is for Shopify. I'm going to actually break it out by channel so I can see all of my channels. And now this is exactly how I want my template to look like when I close the books every single month. So now we're going to go to our template page. So the page right under your Explorer view, and we're going to create a template. So we are going to call this revenue recognition, Shopify, and then subscriptions. We're going to change the journal entry type to revenue recognition. I want everything to be posted in USD, so I'm selecting use financial statement currency, and I want to group by channel, because if you look back here, I said I wanted to group everything by channel, and I want the filter to be for the order system, Shopify. So now I'm going to go into Shopify. I'm going to look at the order system. You can see I have two selections, Amazon and Shopify. I'm going to select is Shopify. You also have an option to select is not, and you can say is not Amazon. So it depends on how you want to structure it. I also know that I want to just include our subscriptions. So I am just going to include subscriptions for Shopify. If you're a core customer, from there you would simply save the template. If you're a QuickBooks customer, we are going to request that you have additional information that you enter here. So currently today, we only have the option for daily intervals, which means that Blue Onion will push the journal entry templates on a daily basis. The days of lag is going to indicate how many days back you actually want to push your journal entry. So for example, Blue Onion refreshes our data every single evening, and so our data is updated as of yesterday. So if you wanted data to be pushed starting yesterday, you would have number of days lag 1. If you wanted to wait multiple days for the data to be pushed, you could set this at 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on how you want to structure. My recommendation would to leave it at 1 because of our new smart adjustment feature. The adjustment cadence is going to be based on how often you want Blue Onion to post adjustments. So like I mentioned, we have a new smart adjustment feature that allows us to capture data drift. You have an option to either post those adjustments daily, weekly, monthly, or never. So that will be really up to you, and there's more information in this eye right here. The push start at date is going to determine when you want Blue Onion to start automatically pushing journal entries into QuickBooks without you actually triggering anything. So here you can say, hey, I want to do some testing. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to wait until the end of April to actually start pushing these journal entries. And here, the only option for QuickBooks is to actually push a journal entry and no other type of record. From here, I'm going to create that template. You will see that this is a journal entry, no journal entry data found. So in order to generate data, you have to generate mappables now, and this will load. Once this loads, you will be able to map all of the line items that we saw in this view to your chart of accounts. So I'm going to refresh this, and I'm going to pull up another template to show you. So let's say this is your revenue recognition. You will see this option to have a general ledger account for all of the line items. You're going to select the line items that select the account you want each line item to map to, and then you're going to save those mappings. For QuickBooks specifically, you do have an option to add additional fields, and this would be an example of that. So here you have, deferred revenue, and you have your revenue account, maybe sales, etc. And then for QuickBooks customers, you do have an option to add that additional field. Once you have mapped, you will now see the new journal entry template populated here. And for your QuickBooks customers, there will now be a fourth icon that populates. For QuickBooks customers, this second icon is how you can actually manually push a journal entry into QuickBooks. This is an important step for you to go through before you set up your automatic pushes from Blue Onion to QuickBooks. So in order to do that, you have these two tabs. You have a preview button, and then you have a push to GL button. Your preview button will simply just preview the journal entry that will be pushed, and your push to GL button will actually push this entry into QuickBooks. Here you can select what point of time you want to push, and then the date range to push. If you are in testing phases, I would recommend testing 1 day at a time. But note, if you do a range, let's just say 2/1 to 2/7, this will push 7 individual journal entries that you will see populated in QuickBooks. Finally, if you want to validate the new template that you have generated, you will, instead of going to interactive view, you will see template view. Here you will see all of the templates that are generated. You can select or unselect however many templates you want to see. And I recommend toggling export view. And here you will see the new template that we generated. For customers that are not set up with a direct integration with our with their accounting system, from here you would simply export, select a booking date, and you will receive an email where you can import directly into your accounting system. All right, now that we've gone through how to standardize your journal entries, how to filter, how to map your journal entries to your chart of accounts, this point, it's time for you to generate any of your templates and make sure you can get your journal entries as efficient as possible for month end close. Thank you.